Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching a new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And today I'm going to be reviewing Chapter 304 of My Hero Academia, Izuku Midoriya and Toshinori Yagi. So before we get into this review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. So let's go ahead and get into today's chapter. So the chapter begins with All Might and Midoriya still in the hospital, and All Might is just concerned about Midoriya because he won't wake up. He's been in a coma ever since the battle with Shigaraki. And Midoriya, we hear his inner thoughts, and he is concerned on everybody else's safety. He's concerned on if, you know, all of his friends, his teachers, his mentors are all safe, and he can't wake up out of this coma, which we see that the reason why he can't wake up is because he is in a room with all of the users for One For All, which was awesome to finally see all of the users. We didn't see two of them because they were in both corners of the room, both facing the wall. But we saw everybody else, which was really cool. It was cool seeing all of the other users, and the original user of One For All, which is name, I can't remember if it's been revealed yet or not. I don't think it has, but we see him and they're like, you know, we need to have a conversation with you, Midoriya. Midoriya, he doesn't have his mouth, just like how we had saw when he was battling Shigaraki, and a lot of some of the other pieces of his body are missing, but you know, his hands are there, his feet and his eyes and his hair are there. And we see the one user who can control Black Whip, who, you know, pretty much greets Midoriya because Midoriya has talked with him, and I'm mad I can't remember his name right now, but Midoriya, he has talked with him, and then we're introduced to the fourth user of One For All, whose name is Hikagi Shinomori, and his quirk, which helped Midoriya in that fight against Shigaraki, which was Danger Sense. And you know, I love that because it's like Midoriya, he's getting all of these quirks and Danger Sense, you know, a Spider Sense. I remember when I had did the review with the My Hero Academia podcast, and we were talking about, like, you know, maybe Midoriya has some sort of Spider Sense now. So now Midoriya, he has Danger Sense, he has the Black Whip, he can float, and of course he has the power of all of the other users, the strength of the users from One For All. And Shinomori, he pretty much tells Midoriya that he died of old age because nobody knew what his history was. Because remember, All Might said that, you know, he kind of had a clue on what happened to the fourth user, but he wasn't sure. And Midoriya brings it up that All Might did write something, but he erased it from the notes. So Shinomori, he pretty much tells Midoriya that the reason why he died of old age, which was 40 years old, 40, I guess in his time, was to live a full life, I guess, because 40 is pretty young if you ask me. But he tells him that he died of old age, and he knew that he wasn't strong to face off against All For One. So he went into hiding, and he pretty much just increased the strength of One For All. And he would, like I said, he was in hiding, he got stronger, and as he was getting older, he got two lines on his face, two cracks, and he thought that it was just, you know, because of some sort of illness or something. But the reason why he died at age 40 was because One For All was starting to kill him because of how powerful the quirk is. So they say that the reason why he ended up dying, because none of the other users ever made it to that age, was because of how powerful One For All is. And pretty much your body can't handle the power of One For All. Remember, All Might had said early on that, you know, he told Midoriya you had to get stronger because if you were too weak, your body wouldn't be able to handle One For All, which is something that we're seeing right here. But the thing is, which they tell Midoriya, the reason why nothing happened to All Might, because All Might ended up living longer and he's still alive. He's older than Shinomori. And the reason why that he was able to live longer and nothing happened to him, minus what All For One did to him, was the fact that, not Midoriya, but All Might, Toshinori, he didn't have a quirk. He was quirkless. So we come to find out that the reason why nothing happened to him and why nothing is going to happen to Midoriya is because both of them are quirkless. And because they're quirkless, they're not getting the strain of already having the quirk attached on to One for All. So they tell Midoriya that there really aren't any more quirkless people out there in the world, and that Midoriya is pretty much the final user of One for All, which is pretty incredible if you ask me. Midoriya, he's the 9th user. He never thought that he was going to have a quirk, and now to be told that he is going to be the final user, which I'll get into my thoughts at the end of this review on that. But it's pretty interesting that he's going to be the final user. All Might was the user before him. He was quirkless. And, you know, Midoriya, because you were quirkless, you were able to get one of the strongest quirks of all time. So that's awesome for you, pal. We see that Nana, she asked Midoriya, you know, I have a question to ask you since, you know, we got all of that out of the way. And that is if you can kill Shigaraki. And I can't wait to see what Midoriya's answer is going to be, because we all know the type of person Midoriya is. And that answer is going to be no. And I believe that Midoriya is going to tell all of the past users, including Nana, is that Shigaraki needs help. I've said this before on the My Hero Academia podcast, where it's like Shigaraki has never had love. He has never had support. The only support that he's had is from One for All. I mean, All for One. I'm sorry. I hate when I mix up the names. I've been saying it right this entire time, and now I messed it up. But the only support and love that he's had is from All for One. And All for One is only using him for his own personal gain. And Midoriya, he saw something in Shigaraki's eyes when they, at the end of their battle, and Midoriya is not going to be able to kill him. Midoriya is going to save Shigaraki, and I can see Shigaraki and Midoriya teaming up to defeat All for One. I said it right. I almost messed up that time. But yeah, so that's what I see happening. Really good chapter. I really enjoyed it. It's always fun to see some Midoriya stuff, because Midoriya, he is my favorite character in My Hero Academia. And, you know, with them saying this, I'm happy that they said that Midoriya, well, not just Midoriya, but All for One, it's see, now I messed it up again. One for All, it is good for people who are quirkless, because remember, Night Eyes said that Mirio was the perfect candidate to inherit One for All from All Might, but if Mirio would have ended up inheriting it, then he would have ended up dying too, just like Shinomori. I mean, he could have died from old age because of the disease, or because of the power of One for All, or you could have had All for One end up killing him, like he killed some of the past users. So pretty interesting chapter. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next chapter. And yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about the chapter. Hop in my comments and tell me if you enjoyed it, if you hated it. Like, what are some of your theories that you're looking forward to now moving forward? Thank you for watching this video review. Make sure that you follow me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you look me up on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. So I'll see you next time. Like I always say, keep that pinky up. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast, where we release new episodes every Tuesday, and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you, and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.